Okay, let's talk about May of 2026 and let's get ready for this virgin voyage. I want to make sure that I'm giving you all the tea so that you can save the most amount of money to be able to luxuriate on these ocean, okay? On these oceans, okay? It's your girl Paula Marie. I am the CEO of Reset Travel. Today we're going to be talking about Turks and Caicos, our Virgin Cruise. We're going to set sail on May the 2nd through the 7th. 2026. So it seems like we have a lot of time, but we really don't have a lot of time. And I want to make sure that you're aware of us not having a lot of time. It's important. We only really have 7 months. That's it, and that's all. So we got 7 months to get our act together and to get this trip paid for. And I want to make sure that you're doing it to the best of my ability. So I'm going to share my screen and hold on. I want to make it a little bit bigger for you. There it is. Alrighty. So the link is below. I want to make sure that I'm answering any questions. So if you have questions that pop up, definitely type those questions inside of the comments. I'll be able to see those if you're on my YouTube channel. And for those of you that are on Facebook and Instagram, please type those in the comments and I'll definitely answer those as soon as I get off of the live. So this is our first trip with Reset Travel, which is a cruise. It's our first cruise on Reset Travel. And I want to make sure that I'm delivering the information to you in a way that gets you excited because I'm excited about it. Okay. You can find out all about my travel agency by going to resettravel.agency. All right. So let's dive in. So this is our first virgin voyage with Reset Travel. It definitely won't be our last, and we jumped in at the best time. There is a 75% off second sailor, and there's up to $500 in savings for you by joining in, right? So there's a lot of perks that comes in. You've got until May the 29th to jump in on that special. So you only have to pay your deposit, and your deposit is per room. So if you are rooming with someone, if you are interested in a double, only one deposit is needed to hold the room. Your monthly payments will start in June and they have to be paid by January the 2nd, the day after my birthday. Okay, so we got to make sure we get all of these things in the day after the birthday. It is a 5-day cruise, and we're leaving from Miami to Turks and Caicos, and then we're spending a day at the Bahamas, which is about 2 hours away from Miami by boat. So we're going to be super close. There I am. Okay. Okay. And we're actually going to be doing this in May. Now we're in May right now. This is National Pilates Month. And so this is our third annual Pilates event. However, it is open to everyone. So if you don't want to participate in the day two activities, which is Pilates, you don't have to, but it is definitely open to you. We have a couple of different fitness and wellness providers that will be on this cruise as well. So it's not just the Paula show, but it's definitely Paula and friends. So we'll be leaving in May and we'll be kicking off National Pilates Month on the sea on the Virgin Cruise. Now, Virgin Cruise, a little bit about Virgin Cruise. It is adult only. Let me say this again for the people in the back. It's adult only. So I need you to secure your babysitters if you got children, okay? Because this is the time where you really start to normalize nurturing yourself. And the reason why I picked Virgin Cruise is just that. It is an adult only cruise. So what better way for you to really pour into yourself than to have an exclusive, decadent, luxurious 5-day cruise on the best cruise line to ever do it, adults only, right? It is an award winning cruise line. And listen, we're going to be selling for pennies on the dollar. Everybody that jumps in on this 75% off second sailor, pennies on the dollar. But for those of you that are sailing alone, you want single occupancy, your rooms are heavily discounted during this time as well. So there's heavy, heavy, heavy discounts going on. And then also, well, I'll share that for later. All right, I'll share that for later. So when you jump on a Virgin, I want you to think about an all-inclusive experience, right? And I also want you to think about nightlife, whatever you want, whether it's music and dancing, whether it's a comedy show, they've got it for you on the cruise, right? Chefs. The chefs are Michelin starred. So I want you to think that everything from the morning when you eat your breakfast to your late night snacks is going to be nothing but like goodness. Okay, goodness. It's going to be our floating sanctuary where Black women come to exhale. Now I want you to think about this, Black woman. Okay, I'm talking to you. You can bring your friends in them, your travel bestie in them, your family members. You can even bring your man on this cruise. Okay, we are not discriminating on this particular trip. We're going to be gone for 5 days. And this is a once in a lifetime experience. So we definitely want you to be able to bring whoever makes you feel the most safe and secure, and whoever you want to be able to share this experience with. So this is not a female only trip. Most of my trips are female only. This Virgin cruise is open to any and everybody. So you can bring your significant other, okay? I want you to feel comfortable as you start to normalize nurturing yourself without guilt, without apology. And I want you to really take note that we're going to one of the most luxurious, like extravagant places on the earth, Turks and Caicos. It's one of the islands that was on my bucket list. So it's definitely the reason why I decided that I wanted to do this cruise, right? Now, there's a little bit more about me here on the page, and the link is definitely below in the description. But just to give you a little bit of information, this is going to be our third trip in 2026, our third event, excuse me, our third event. What does that mean? It just simply means the first time we were at a spa, we had an amazing time there. The second year, we ended up going to, which was this year, we were hosted by a wine bar in Northern Virginia. And third year is a charm. We're going to be on the Virgin cruise going to Turks and Caicos, right? Now, I want this third year to be a year where everybody starts to really get into their taking care of themselves bag. And I want you to start that this year, but I want you to really like sound off with it in 2026. That's why I wanted our third year to be bigger. I wanted it to be better. I wanted to be more expansive. And I also wanted the luxury to definitely be there. And so when you think about luxury, I want you to just do a deep dive on Virgin Cruise. They do not disappoint. They absolutely do not. Now, let me tell you why we picked Turks and Caicos, other than it was on my bucket list. I have a whole list of places that I want to go, and that was my way of crossing out Turks and Caicos. They're known for their powdery white sands and their soul-soothing sunsets, right? This island is the epitome of luxury, but it's also known for its tranquility. It is the perfect place for you to reflect on who you are, where you're going, where you want to be, where you see yourselves, right? How you're feeling about yourself, how to reset, and also how to recommit to your journey as just a human being, right? And what are we going to do in order to push ourselves towards those goals? We have to first nurture ourselves and feel good about who we are. Now, some of the highlights of Turks and Caicos is Grace Bay Beach. It's one of the top ranked beaches in the world. They're known for their water excursions like catamarans and coral reefs and snorkeling. And then there's such a rich Afro-Caribbean culture there as well. And we'll definitely be exploring that on our day there. Now, we'll be there for an entire day and an overnight. So there's no rush to get back to the ship. Okay, we can participate in all things, daytime and nighttime, when we get to Turks and Caicos, right? Now, this is the itinerary. I just want to go through it really quickly. We're going to be leaving from Miami, so you will need to fly out to Miami, right? And I'm not sure. I may do a meet and greet in Miami. Just depends. As the group fleshes out, and we'll see what happens. But I've got a lot of ideas in my head, so the day two is going to be at sea, and that's when we'll be participating in our wellness and Pilates activities. You'll also have plenty of time to just relax, soak up some sun, and participate in the multiple of activities that the ship has available already for you. Now, day three is when we land in Grand Turk, which is Turks and Caicos, and we'll get there around 8 a.m. in the morning, right? So we'll have all day, all night to participate in all the activities that we want. And then day four is a day at sea. So we'll be traveling from Turks to Bimini, Bahamas, where we'll be participating in a really great luxury resort ocean club. So day five is when we hit Bimini, and then day six we will arrive back in Miami at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, right? So that is the itinerary. We've got 2 days at sea to relax and reset and enjoy, and we've got a fun-filled day in Turks and Caicos and another fun-filled day in the Bahamas. So that's what the itinerary looks like. So it's 5 nights and 6 days. Now, what's included? We've got this 5-day Virgin Voyage cruise to Turks and Caicos. Included in this package is going to be a $100 bar tab. You will have the opportunity to add on to that bar tab if you need to. Once you sign up, I will register you inside of Virgin Voyages, and then you will have access to your particular reservation on the app, and you will be able to add all the things that you need at that time, and it will be right available to you on your app. I'll also have access to it as well as your travel concierge, but you will get $100 bar tab. Now, you've already are going to get all the water, drink, sodas that you want, but any alcoholic beverages you will have to pay for that isn't upcharged. So I'm starting you off with $100 of bar tab loop. Okay. Then there's daily classes. They have an amazing fitness facility, state of the art. I can't wait to just sit back and take a class because, I'm always teaching a class. So I'm excited to try some of the really great different classes that they have available to us. Now, we will have some grown woman roundtable workshops. We'll have some group dining experiences. Everyone that signs up before May the 29th and jumps in on the 75% off Second Sailor discount, we will have a welcome dinner the first night for you. So that is going to be our own private dinner that we're going to host specifically for our early bird sisters and guests, right? And then you'll have access to wellness amenities, spa options, and curated island excursions. There's tons of things to do. I've highlighted some at the bottom of the registration page, but I will be adding to those as we get closer. And then we'll also have lots of swag in our bag. Now, your voyage includes Wi-Fi. So even though we'll be out at sea, we got to have Wi-Fi because we got to tell the people in the streets. We got to show them, okay? We can't tell them. We got to show them how we're really doing on the Virgin Voyages cruise to Turks and Caicos. And then also all of your dining, there are 20 eateries on the ship. 20 places that you can grab food and snacks. And so I want you to be able to just indulge and enjoy yourself. All of your food is included. It's all inclusive. Tips and gratuities are included. Now, I know that we're used to going on vacation and we're used to tipping, but the reason why your rates are the way that they are is because Virgin pays handsomely to their staff. So part of your payment goes towards your tips and your gratuities while you are on the ship. All of your entertainment, we've already talked about the amazing fitness classes, and then all of the pressed juices, the teas, the coffees, the sodas, the waters, all of that is included as well. Now, what isn't included is your airfare, but no worries. I will be looking at airfares from the different destinations that you all will be coming from. And as soon as I get a sighting, I will let you know. Now, I can book the airfare for you, but most of the time, everyone just wants to book their own. And that's because you've got points you want to use on your credit card. Maybe you have airline points that you want to use. Maybe you want to stay an extra day. Maybe you have a different seat class that you want. So airfare can be a bit cumbersome, and I don't include it in your fee. And I do not do that for you. However, if you would like for me to do your airfare, we can discuss that. Okay. What else is not included? The upcharge of the additional drink package, in addition to the $100 that you automatically get from joining in and signing up and registering for this cruise before May the 29th, 2025. Space is limited. When I tell you space is limited, OMG, space is limited. I was looking at setting up the webpage, and I was looking at the different rooms, and the rooms were selling out. So as soon as I built out the room and I went back, that room had sold out, right? And so if you are interested, because people wait for this 75% off Second Sailor discount, they wait for it. It's an annual thing. And so you need to be able to reserve your cabin. Now, there's an extra bonus. If you pay for your trip in full, you get 10% off. If you pay for your entire trip in full, you get 10% off, right? 10% off. And also, there is travel insurance that Virgin offers that is included. So we're going to start from the top. We're going to start from the top, and I'm just going to show you a couple of the rooms that are available. All right. Our Sea Terrace, which has a balcony. Right. So if you're interested in that, the rates start at $13.99 double occupancy. $13.99 double occupancy, Sea Terrace, limited view. That means that you have a door that goes out. You can sit on the balcony and you can luxuriate, okay, on your private balcony. Now, if you want, I'm going to go down a little bit. And if you just want a regular sea view, this room starts at $12.51 double occupancy. So if you have a roommate, it starts at $12.51 double occupancy, right? This is the rates for a sea view terrace. You can see that it has a window so you can look out, right? So it also, I want you to go back up to the insider room. Now, the insider room is just that. It is an inside room. There's no windows, there's no balcony, but it's super comfy, super comfortable. It's 177 square feet. And the single for that is 2012. The double occupancy is only 1,001. So it's really great cabin. If you want an interior cabin, that's going to be the one for you. Now, I've even got something that's a little bit less pricey. That's going to be your solo insider. Let me grab some water. Allergies be trying to take me out, y'all, I swear. So your insider solo is simply $1,325. $1,325 for 5 nights and 6 days for all inclusive, all the food that you can eat, right? $100 bar tab and all the drinks that you could ever want. Non-alcoholic. $1,325, and your deposit for that solo insider is only $230. That locks it in. All right. Now, these rates will not last. As soon as the 29th is hits and quits, those rates are going to go up. So I want to make sure that you're aware of all of the perks that you get and also the rates. Now, this is the travel insurance that I was telling you about. You can add that in for $97 per person. So if you are staying in a room with double occupancy, each of the participants that are staying in the room will need their own travel insurance if they choose. It is not $97 per room. It is $97 per person. Now, this is really good insurance, right? It's going to take care of 100% of your trip cancellation, 100% of your trip interruption, $500 of your trip delay, $150 per day. Remember, we're there for 5 nights. Accident and sickness medical expense, 10,000. If something happens, God forbid, if something happens and you need any type of medical assistance, let's say that we even need to fly you back to the mainland. $10,000 is what that covers. Emergency evacuation and repatriation. So if we have to evacuate, $25,000 protection is what you have for that. Lost baggage, $1,000 reimbursement for anything that's lost, whether it's your bags, your personal effects. Look, you know I always got to come with my things, okay? I got my laptop, I got my camera, I got my recording equipment. So $1,000 reimbursement for that. And then if my bags are delayed for any reason, $500, right? $500 is included. So the travel insurance is definitely worth it. You're not going to find travel insurance on a trip that's any less than that covers as much as this does. So you definitely, I am going to strongly suggest that you just get the $97 and get the travel insurance to protect yourself and your trip, and also to give you peace of mind. Because when you think things aren't going to happen, that's usually when things happen. Okay. Then we've got some other excursions, and these are just some excursions that I found. I'll be adding to these excursions as well. You know, we always have to have history. We got to know the history of where we are and the history as it pertains to us as African Americans. We need to understand that because we all come from the same place and we've just kind of migrated around the world. So it's important for us to know our history in each of these spaces on the earth. And then also the ATV, because y'all know I'm an ATVer. Okay, I'm an ATVer, and I pride myself on AT and Ving on every ounce of the earth that I land on. So I'm definitely going to be participating in that. And then the clear kayak, because I did this when I went to Curacao and I posted it on the social medias and the internet, and everybody was like, oh my God, they want more. So I'm always going to give you the tea on how to get that clear kayak photo shoot. Now, if you look real closely at this image, that's me. Okay, so that's my personal clear kayak photo shoot when I was in Curacao, but all the islands work the same. So if you're interested in having an unforgettable photo shoot, I've got that down for you to add into your total. This is going to include your drone shot. So there's always an overhead drone shot, and then they're gonna drop like all the photos. So you get like over 140 photos, 3 drone videos, and 10 of the photos are edited, which is super good. Yeah. So let me know in the comments what questions that you have, and I will definitely ask those. Let me go back and place it on the itinerary so that I can uh, let you all focus on that. Okay. All righty. So now that we are at the end of the Q&A, I just want to make sure that I am being very clear, very transparent about all the things, okay? Number one, there is an amazing sale that ends on May the 29th, 2025. We are only 14 days away from that date. We are 14 days. So you have 14 days to make a decision if this is something that you would like to do. 14 days, and that's it. The second thing is that you do not have to participate in the Pilates events that are happening with our group. It's totally up to you. If that is something that you want to, fine. And if not, finer. Also, this trip is open to everybody, meaning your husband, your boyfriend, your bestie, right? Your family members. As long as they are over the age of 18, they can attend because number four, this is an adult only cruise. So this is when you really start to think about what are the options that you need so that you can be really safe and secure and just focusing on yourself. This is the time that you really dig deep and focus on yourself. And the fit was it number five? Am I on number five? Number five, I want you to start thinking about what you're going to wear. I want you to start thinking about those colors, right? I want you to start thinking about your outfits, how you going to look on that ship, right? I want you to really start to dream about what it looks like to be in Turks and Caicos in 2026 on Virgin Cruise. I want you to see yourself there. And I want you just allow yourself to indulge in what those feelings look like, feels like, right? When it comes to your thoughts around that decadent event. Listen, I can't wait. I'm excited about it. You can find out more by going to resettravel.agency. If you go to the top of the navigation, you're going to see cruise and you're going to see Turks and Caicos. You can click on that or you can go directly to the link that is in the description, and that will also take you to the page. Listen, this has been great. I'm excited to be able to spend time with you. And I want you to realize we got more trips popping off, right? We are going to Greece, hitting Mykonos, Athens, and Santorini on October of 2025. We're going to Accra, Ghana in 2026, and we're going to Turks and Caicos via Virgin Voyages on May of 2026. And we not done, baby. That's just what we got cooking. I'm already cooking more trips in the back room. They're just not finalized yet. So 2026 and 2027 is going to be spectacular as well. Listen, you can jump on this cruise with us for Virgin Voyages for as little as $250 down to secure your room. There's a solo traveler cabin for only $13.25. It don't get no less than that. So basically what I'm saying is after you pay your deposit, you've got 6 months to pay $1,050 spread out over 6 months. I don't know. What is that? 100 and something? You can definitely do it. Okay. All righty. It's your girl, Paula Marie, AKA the CEO of Reset Travel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you have any questions, you know what to do. Hit the comment button below and ask that question. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel because I've got more tips and tricks about how to travel on a budget and how you can get the most out of your travel dollars. All righty. Peace.